Right, just checking. As always, something has to happen to make me late. So I'm just going to check we're definitely live and working. So I don't have a repeat of last week. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, we are working. Okay, perfect. That's what I want to see. Okay. Right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And welcome to this live workout. So we are going to be doing a full body workout today, and you require one set of dumbbells. Now, if you do want to do this with just body weight, that's absolutely fine as well. Some of the upper body exercises you will probably have to do with some dumbbells, but you could also use a set of like cans of beans or some water bottles as well if you want to go light, or if you're doing this while you're away from your equipment. So we're going to get started first of all with a nice gentle warm up. So come on down to your hands and knees. And from here, what I want you to do is just take a nice big 360 breath in, inhaling into the ribs, back, front and center, and exhale, scooping and lifting through that core. Inhale and exhale, just warming up that core and that breath. Inhaling in through the nose, and last one here. Exhaling out through the mouth. We're going to tuck those toes under, so flexing through the ankles. And as you inhale, you're going to expand into the ribs, and as you exhale, scoop and lift through the core and hover the knees. Now hold here or come down on the inhale. If you're holding, on each exhale, scoop and lift away with the core. If you're coming down, exhale, lifting up. Just staying here for about 5-6 breaths. Stay here for one last one. And finishing there. You're going to bring one foot up. I'm going to go left foot first. So if your left foot is up with mine, you're going to release the left arm up. You're going to inhale, bring the elbow towards the floor, and exhale, reach away. As it's full body, we want to make sure that everything is nice and warm from the core to the lower body to the upper body. And we don't want to leave anything behind. So last one here, and then we're going to switch sides. So you're going to place that hand down, lift the other foot up. So if you're right side with me, it's the right hand going up. If your left foot up, it's left hand. So you're inhaling to come down and exhaling to reach away. Inhale down. I'm super tight on the inner thighs today. Good. Last one here. And finishing there. So just to warm up our arms before we come up to standing, what I want you to do is tuck those toes under again, but bring the hands further in front of you, so further in front of the shoulders. You're going to push the bum up towards the sky, and you're going to march through the heels here. So you're really stretching down through those calves, those hamstrings, but your shoulders are getting a nice little bit of warm up here as well. And holding all the weight in those shoulders. Really try and push the bum back so your head is coming between the biceps. And then slowly, one hand at a time, push yourself up to standing. Slowly, 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 slowly. And then from here, we're going to come into some air squats. So you're going to rise the arms up, inhale to come down, and then exhale, drive through those heels, squeeze those glutes, come up. So inhaling down, rise those arms up. Get a bit of mobility into the arms, biceps up by the ears. Try and keep your head and chest forward, unlike I just did. Inhale, exhale, push through the heels, and come back up. Last one, and finishing there. Placing the hands behind the head, you're just going to interlace the fingers and keep the chest nice and proud. From here, we're going to inhale, shift those hips back. So we're coming into a hinge position. Exhale, squeeze those glutes, come up. Inhale, release the glutes, allow them to lengthen. Exhale, squeeze up. We're going to be doing lots of supersets today. And the supersets are going to be challenging the same muscle group twice. So in other words, we're doing 2 exercises back to back, and going to really focus on building that strength and endurance. We're going for one last one here, and finishing there. Placing the feet nice and wide, you're just going to rock from one ankle to the other. So you should feel a nice dynamic stretch on the inner thighs here. And this is a bit of a sign of an exercise that's going to come. As I said, all of these exercises can be done with body weight, with the exception of some of the upper body. but you can definitely use a nice light water bottle if you are away or not near your equipment. Okay, so getting ready to go, as I said, we're going to start off with a superset. So grabbing your dumbbells, the first 2 exercises, options are no weights, 1 weight, or 2. We're going to be coming down into a sumo squat. So feet are going to be nice and wide, pointing out. The toes are going to be pointing out kind of 10 and 2 o'clock on a clock. You're going to come down, squeeze up with those glutes. Inhale down, squeeze up with those glutes. Inhale down, seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, and then we have a 1 minute exercise in between, and then a rest. So getting ready to go with those sumo squats. There's the timer. So working for 40 seconds, down nice and low, squeeze through those glutes. Remember, you can go body weight, 1 weight. You're working on depth. Squeeze through those glutes. Glutes are what propel you here. We're not pulling through the upper body to lift you up. Exhale up each time. We have a 15-second rest after this, where we come into those lateral lunges. Drive those knees. Getting nice and low at the end. And as I said, it's all about depth, not how heavy you can lift during this lateral lunge. So that's why I'm going down to 1 weight, and I'll see if I can go up to 2 for the last round of this superset. Off we go. So over to 1 leg, push through that glute. You can rise that ankle up, so coming up onto the ankle if you want to. So here, our glutes, our thighs, everything in our lower body is working back to back. Hence why it's called a superset, because you burn out the muscle group that you're intending on working here. Now, I might be moving quite quickly or too slowly for you. Go at your own pace here. Keep going. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, 15-second rest. Going back into those sumo squats. This time, we're going to take it nice and slow. So we're going to come down for 3 seconds and up for 3 seconds. No rest in between. Ready? Off we go. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You get the gist? So count in your head. Even if you're doing body weight, this will still be really challenging because we're adding more time under tension. So those muscles are having to work much, much harder. And they're already fatigued from the last 2 exercises that we've been doing. Last one. Lifting up and finish. Okay, lateral lunges. This time I want you to slow it right down. I'm actually going to hold my dumbbell down here so it's a bit lower, so I can try and get a little bit more depth as well. But again, it's wherever's comfortable for you. And you, it's not comfortable, this exercise at all, but it's great for those glutes. Squeeze, pressing through, slowing it right down. So really feel those glutes lengthening. If you're feeling this at all in the lower back, it might be you're just going that little bit too low. So from the side, if you're going like this, then it might be the lower back is hurting. So try and stay a little bit more upright so you're able to really push through the heels rather than trying to get as low as possible. Or if you're using a weight, reduce it. That's where our breath work comes in as well. Okay, last round of this superset. This time we're going to be doing that sumo squat again, but we're going to be adding in a little pulse at the bottom. So we're going to come down, halfway up, down, all the way up. Off we go. Again, you can just stick with the first modification, but we're doing time under tension in a different way. Ooh. But if in doubt, stick with the original sumo squat up and down. Don't forget to breathe as you come up. Inhale down. Exhale, pulsing through.
Oh, this one's always a burner, especially right at the end after the last 4 exercises. Ah, and I'm using 7.5. Whew, so lucky me. Right, you probably guessed it. We're going to go for a pulse with that lateral lunge. Pulse, center, pulse, center. Now I'm going to try and add in a second weight. I'm going to instantly regret this, I'd say. Pulse. Yeah, that was a bad shout, but how else are we going to grow in strength if we keep not challenging our muscles? I definitely can't get as low with 2, but that's okay. We want to work within our range. Keep going here. Legs on fire. 10 seconds. And then we're going down onto our mat for a 1-minute plank hand release, but don't worry, I have mods. Okay, take a little rest here. So, modifications. You're going to be coming down. You're going to make sure your chest is over your fingertips, like so. Knees are back. So we don't want to be in a box position. We want to be all the way back, okay? So if you release a hand, your tummy will shift and your hips will shift to try and stabilize you. The more advanced version is a full plank. Releasing a hand for 1, 2, and then placing it back down again, okay? So as you exhale, you then release that hand. Do not try and release the hand before you feel that tension in the core. Otherwise, you'll just go flop. So making sure you have that tension. 1 minute, off we go. I'm going to do both modifications. So this is the one with knees down. Widen the knee stance. Inhale down, exhale. Lift the hand, hold it. Inhale down, lift the hand. And I'm going to come up into plank now. So what this does is it really challenges our stability, because obviously we're then in kind of a tripod stance as opposed to quadruped. So it is much harder and a great way to warm up those shoulders before our next circuit as well. So we're halfway. You can, of course, just do standard plank, standard knees down plank, or just modify at any time to knees down with the hand release. Ooh. Squeezing those glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, and finish. Okay, we have a minute's rest here. Next 2 exercises. You can do these in a standing position or a seated position like so. You're going to be using 2 weights here. And we're going to be pressing up overhead and down. Up overhead and down. Okay, so shoulder press. Second exercise. You may need to come to a kneeling position if you're seated. Exhale, lifting 1 dumbbell up in front. Note, I'm not doing this and back bending madness. Control in the core, lift and hold. Okay, so if you do have light dumbbells, say 1 or 2 kilos, you absolutely can use 2 for this. I have a 7.5, so there's not a chance I'm doing 2 at once. Maybe another day, but make sure you work within your range. Okay, so you have shoulder press followed by that forward raise. 5 seconds to go, and we're going to start off with that shoulder press. Off we go. So 2 L shapes with our arms, 1 backwards, 1 correct. Exhale and press. So we're getting right into those shoulders. Inhale down. Lifting babies overhead or children, or putting things up in a cupboard even. We need a shoulder press. Oh, the burn. Last 5 seconds. 2. 1. Okay, 15-second rest. Decide whether or not you're using 2 dumbbells or 1 dumbbell for this forward raise. I'm going to come up to kind of a high kneeling position so I can do that forward raise properly. Off we go. So pull those shoulder blades back. Just pull those shoulder blades back, shoulders down. Exhale, lift, hold. Inhale down. Hold here. It's only about in front of the eye line. We don't want it above the head. Inhale down. Because we're lifting the weight away from the center line, our core is naturally having to work. So if you're doing this, the weight is too heavy. So reduce to 1 or use a lighter weight. Wow, 7.5 is nasty for this one. Ooh, and finish. Okay, so we're coming back into that shoulder press, but this time we're going to do it really slowly. So we're going to press and then 3 seconds down, press. So like that tempo squat. Off we go. You can alternate. Press. So 3, 2, 1. Press. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Whoa, this hurts. How are you enjoying that? 20 seconds. Super slow, can barely speak. Whoa, this is not easy. Last few seconds. 2. Oh, can we do one more? Oh, youch. Okay, not nice. This time for our forward raise, you're going to bring your left foot up, holding it towards the right hip. As we do a forward raise, we swipe up and down to the right pocket. Hold and down. What this is doing is our left foot is up and we're starting at the right side. The left side of our core is working harder to create this forward raise with a wood chop. And you probably guessed what we're doing for the last round. The other side. So just make a mental note of which foot is forward, but for me it's left. Inhale down. The left side of that core having to really focus as it's further away. Okay, last round of those shoulder presses. My goodness, they're on fire. We're going to be holding our right dumbbell up as we press with the left, and then halfway we're going to hold the left up and press with the right. So right dumbbell up, hold it there, press with the left. Now your tempo is up to you. I'm just doing kind of maybe 2 seconds up, 2 seconds down. So we have 8 more seconds here, keeping that right arm up. 2. Now hold that left arm up. Hold it there. Right arm pumps. It's called an isometric hold. So one is totally static while the other works. Oh, this is so hard. 4, 2, and 1. Okay. Woo. That's a fun one. Boulder shoulders. Okay. Right foot is now forward. We're starting on the left side, coming up into that forward raise. Right foot is forward, starting on the left hip, swiping up in front. Off we go. Left hip, swipe up, and back down. Last one here. Woo. So overexcited with that one, and you threw it over my knee. Inhale down. Shoulders absolutely burning now. Keep going. 10 seconds. Oh, the burn. 3, 2, finish. Okay, for our 1 minute, we are going to be doing some heel taps. Now, options are just body weight, but you can also bring in a weight if you want to, and I'm going to show you how to do that in a second. So, modifications. One foot is down. You swap. You swap like so. Or, up here, 1, 2, or you're going to be holding a dumbbell above your head. So I'm going to do all of them, 10 seconds. We have a minute of this. So you can start off with the easiest modification, which is 1 foot on, 1 foot off, and swapping. And then you can always advance up to the harder one. Off we go. As you exhale, create tension, then move. If you're going slightly harder, feet are up together, flexing the ankle. Exhale. Exhale, then move. If you're going super hard, you're holding that dumbbell up. And you can probably hear in my breath those shudders. Inhaling and exhale to go down. Inhale back to center each time. 15 seconds. Whoa, the core's on fire here, especially after those planks. Inhale and then exhale to tap. 3, 2, and finish. Okay, now coming up to our final superset, we are going to be holding our 2 dumbbells and we're going to be hinging back into an RDL. So remember, with an RDL, we keep those dumbbells nice and close, and it's about how far back we go with the glutes, not how low we go with the weights. Coming up and then rowing up into a high row. Then we're going to be coming down onto the floor, up into a bridge, shoulder press, down, shoulder press. Just keeping it nice and wide for this round, and then we're going to be changing it for each round. So that first exercise again, it's a combo move. So the last 2 exercises are combo moves. Pushing those hips back, squeezing up and rowing up. So inhaling down, squeezing those glutes, exhaling to come up and row. Elbows coming out to the side, ready to go in 2 and 1. Off we go. So pushing those glutes back. Exhale, drive up. Inhale, push back. Exhale and drive, holding those dumbbells up in that upright position, holding stability, using that core. Rowing up, shoulders are burning today. 15 seconds, we then have that 15-second rest to get ourselves onto the floor. Now, with that floor press, if being in a glute bridge is too much, just stick with a normal floor press, because the glute bridge might just make you unsteady. And driving up. Okay, coming down onto our mat. Elbows nice and wide. We're going to be changing the angle of the elbow for the second and third round. Coming up into that bridge, let's get ready to go. We exhale, use that core, push through the heel to get those glutes to stabilize. And press slowly down, control. Have to focus on this one. Whew, my hips are dropping. Make sure you squeeze those glutes. Keep them up. I know they're tired, as are the shoulders. Last 10 here. 5. And finish there. Okay, coming back up to standing, we're going to be doing those upright rows, but this time we're going to go for a bit more of a sumo stance. So exactly the same like a squat, our feet are slightly wider, so we're pushing back with those hips, getting a slightly different part of the glutes, and then up, off we go. Hinge back, squeeze up and row. It's really tempting in a sumo stance to thrust those hips forward. Avoid. Control them as you come up and row each time. Holding at the top for a moment and back down. Shoulders absolutely burning now. Good, and finishing there. It's why you don't need to go super heavy, because when you're constantly working with short rests, your muscles don't have as much time to recover. So by working with slightly lighter weights rather than heavier ones, then it can get just as much of an effect as if you had super heavy ones. Off we go. Bringing these elbows slightly further in, so you're about a 40-degree angle. Press. Slightly close to the chest. So we're hitting a slightly different part of the shoulders and chest. Here, and then we're going for a super narrow one to finish. Down, These ones always get me. They look easy, but they're really not. Slowly down, 2, and down, finish. Okay, last one. We're doing that RDL into that upright row. This time, we're going to be going back to a normal RDL, but we're going to be coming back halfway up and then row. So we're doing 1.5 RDL. So we're doing a little pulse almost. Off we go. So push back, pulse, and then row. So pulse, halfway, 1.5 RDLs, just in case your glutes weren't working enough. But it's also to give those shoulders a bit of a rest before our final one, which is going to be the ultimate challenge. Good. 10 seconds. Last 5, 2, and 1. Finish. Okay, coming back down into that glute bridge position. This time we are close chest press. Dumbbells are together in front of you. Pressing up, slowly down. Off we go. Down and up. So we're really working into the backs of the arms here, into those triceps, but we're also pushing those dumbbells together, getting that chest working as well. Oh. Keep going here. Last 10. Keeping a firm grip. 10 seconds, that is. Not easy. 2, and 1. Finish. Okay, placing the dumbbells down. Now, we are 25 minutes in, so if you can stay for the finisher, I would recommend it because it's worth it. We're going to be working for 20 seconds, and then we're going to be having a 10-second rest. So it's quick fire, 4 exercises, 2 rounds. The first exercise is thrusters. You can do this with 1 or 2 or no dumbbells. We're going to be coming down, up, and press overhead. All the way up, all the way down. Then dumbbells are down. We're going to come into some lateral bounds. So high impact, you're jumping. Low impact, you're stepping. So we're using that lateral movement like we did with those lunges. Then we are holding 2 dumbbells up overhead. I know you can't see them on the screen. It doesn't matter, because then from here, we're marching 1 leg at a time, trying to stay as stable as possible. Then we're going to be coming into a burpee if you want a bit of impact, or you're stepping back, stepping forward, up, and tiptoes. Starting with those thrusters, 20 seconds, then we have a 10-second rest. So it's weighted and then body weight. Off we go. Each one twice through. So this is all out, 20 seconds. So you're getting through as much cardio. Won't be able to speak as much in this one. Keep going. Finish. 20 seconds. Lateral bounds. Remember, jumping from side to side or stepping for low impact. 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to jump for this one, pushing off. The arms kind of come side to side, like this. And then once you speed up, once you get a rhythm, you can speed it up. We're getting into those overhead marches next. Whew. Keep going here, 2 and 1. Dumbbells, 1 or 2, up overhead, and then we slowly march, bringing that knee up. If it's too much, you can also hold them here, I forgot to say. Off we go. Up overhead. Inhale, lifting up slowly. Although you may not know it, this is a serious core workout and shoulder endurance. 5. We're finishing with those burpees. I was looking at the timer. Remember, step back or jump back, your choice. If you're breastfeeding, I wouldn't recommend chest to floor. Off we go, for obvious reasons. So jumping up, or you're stepping back, stepping forward, coming up to those tiptoes. Again, your choice. Oh, I'm not going to chest. Cheating. You can also just jump back and forwards as well if you want to. I should have said that. Whew, finished. Okay, back round again with those thrusters. Last round of each. 2 and 1. All out with this. Can't breathe. Whew. I'm going to have to stop talking. 2 and 1. Dumbbells down. Lateral bounds. Whew. Get ready. 2 and 1. Jumping from side to side. Off we go. As I said, so you may have gotten that rhythm, or you may want to stay with body low impact. Sorry, that's fine too. The main thing is you're going laterally side to side. We always spend our lives going forwards. We've very little to do with the odd side to side. So it's good to use all planes of motion. Overhead marches. Whew. Okay, last 2 exercises. Let's do this. Off we go. 20 seconds. Up overhead. Slowly down. Holding it there. I know this one may seem like easy almost. It's not, but also it's good to recover our heart rate before those burpees. Last one. Haven't had one sip of water in this workout. No wonder I'm so thirsty. Burpees, jumping, stepping, impact, no impact. Your choice here. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to bang my head down. 20 seconds all out. Let's go. Whew. Can't breathe. All the way to the end. Whew. And finish. Whether you are lying or standing, stay lying or go lying if you're not. Goodness me. Okay, from here, what I want you to do is just take some nice big deep breaths, and you're just going to allow your legs to fall to one side, like so. You can allow the arm to come out. Inhale and exhale. Switching sides with those knees, bring them over. Allow the other arm to go out. Just get that nice rotation in the back. And things like thrusters, they can make our back a bit stiff if we're not too careful with our, technique. And then placing the right ankle up onto the left leg. Just hold on to the leg there and stretch it out. And then placing it down and switching sides. And then placing that down as well. As always, you can do a longer cool down and just come back into a child's pose here once you've flipped over. You can always do a longer cool down. The cool downs are always best done later on in the day if this is in the morning, or the next day if this is at night. Just an FYI. And it will help you feel less stiff. Nice stretch before bed anyway. Thank you so much for joining me on this live. Woo, falling over, and I'll see you on the next one.